Ciao a tutti, benvenuti, welcome, welcome back to Office Kitchen on the road here in Bolzano, so Tirol, South Tirol. It's such an interesting place. So I was going to go back to my Airbnb and rest, and then I was just chatting with Claude. So my plan for lunch is Wiener Schnitzel, Wiener Schnitzel, which is basically just a veal cutlet, and a Vienna lager. Oh, God. So it's Sunday here, so I just wanted to know. I don't know if Claude really understands me, but I wanted to know, would it be better to wait during the week for my Wiener Schnitzel? And Claude said, no, do it on a Sunday. You won't get the workday crowd. I kind of like the workday crowd. But he said go early, before 12:30. So it's 12:04. I was sitting down at 11:30 when I started asking questions. And I thought, well, there's no point in going back to my Airbnb, going upstairs, unlocking the door. It's very complicated. I have keys, but the key wasn't really working yesterday, so then I had to use the app, which is fine. But, I have to go to my phone and open whatever I use, Chrome, I don't know what I use, a browser, and open my bookmarks and tap on the button. So anyway, rather than doing all that and then sit for 5 minutes, because from where I was sitting in Voltaire Park, it's just a direct walk back up the hill to wherever I'm going. I forget the name of the restaurant. And I'm kind of hungry now. So all I had this morning for breakfast was strudel, and I had a pretzel as a snack. A pretzel. So I was just asking Claude a lot of questions about different things. Very curious about the identity here. What is it like living with this very complicated history and identity? So it is a mix here of German speakers who go back to when this was part of the Austrian-Hungarian Empire, and then Italians who were brought in by Mussolini to Italianize the place. But right now, they're bilingual, fully bilingual. So people either go to an Italian school or a German school, and then they learn the other language in school. So by the time they reach adulthood, they're fully bilingual. So I also was asking, well, does one language influence the other? And Claude said yes. The Italian, sometimes the syntax is more German. Also, the way that it's spoken is a little bit more German-like, rather than the kind of sing-songy Italian that you get in southern Italy. And then sometimes they just use words from the other language. So some things, for example, speck, which is the cured meat here, they use that in Italian. They don't have an Italian word for speck. It's German. It's basically ham. All right, so I'm just walking back up this hill. Let me check to make sure I know where I'm going. I can't believe the fashion advice I got from my AI bots when I see the things that people are wearing here, although I don't really want to look like, obviously, tourists. Black socks and shorts is a no. But, you got the backpack, you got the hats, the sneakers, the shorts. But even the locals are not really, all right, well, she's kind of fashionable, but the locals are not really dressing the way I was told to dress. Lots of bikers. So I could have done fine with just my travel pants and a couple of t-shirts. We'll see, maybe when I get to Florence, I can dress up. All right, so I think this might be where I'm going. I think it's called Batzelhausen. Batzel House, maybe? And I'm probably gonna have smokers. She wasn't really interested in buying what I was selling. I said, what do you recommend? She said, everything's good. I said, okay, Wiener Schnitzel and Vienna Lager. She said, yeah. I said, I'm lost here. She just looked at me like I was crazy. I said, it's very different. It's very different. I mean, I guess if somebody came to my city and told me it was very different, I'd be like, well, yeah, I live here. So anyway, it's a cute little place. It is like the whole street here is lined with tables, and then I guess they have also inside, and then there's a courtyard up there. There's some old historic building here. People behind me are tourists. People are eating like sausages, and I can smell some sort of smoked sausage. Batzenhaus. So. All right, so it says it was a late medieval characteristic inn, founded as a wine tavern for the members of the Teutonic Order, 15th century. I think the Teutonic Knights were part of the Crusade. All right, so the Teutonic Knights were one of the three Catholic military orders of the Crusades. The Knights Templar, and I forget the other one. And then the Teutonic Knights also, in addition to going down to the Holy Land, also went up into Northern Europe to the Baltic states, basically just forcing people to convert, I guess. I don't know. This whole crusade thing is so... I don't know what the word for it is, but, I mean, I went to Catholic school, so we learned about the Crusades as like this great thing, like, oh, the Crusades, they went to the Holy Land to rescue or whatever. They were like great explorers or whatever. And then when I went to college, I took a comparative religion class, and I learned that during the Crusades, they went through these places, and there was so much killing that the streets were filled with blood, like up to the, mid legs of the horses. It was just murderous, evil. Grazie. All right, so here's my Wiener Schnitzel potato salad, and this is myrtle jam, and I don't know what this is. Spread? So interesting. All right. All right, so myrtle is wild blueberry, and Claude said put it on the bread. It's very interesting bread. I have to try. So it has some kind of herb in it. Really nice crust. Um, and then I could also eat it with the schnitzel, kind of like we eat cranberry sauce in Turkey. It's very South Tyrolean. They eat it with everything. Beer is good. Good. Trying to get Claude to identify this bread. First, he said it was dark bread with caraway seeds. I said, no, it's not dark. Actually, it could be caraway. I thought it was some kind of an herb bread, but actually caraway seeds makes more sense. Anyway, then he said it was anise, but it doesn't taste like caraway or anise. So I don't know what it is. And then this one could be polenta or saffron. I'm not really sure, but between the potato salad and the schnitzel and the beer, I'm getting stuffed. Now I left my beer here, go to the bathroom, and they took it. I wasn't finished. I had to make more room. All right. Such an experience. So that was okay. The Wiener Schnitzel was a little tough. Claude asked how it was, so I said, it was tough. So he said, that's not a good sign. It's supposed to be tender, like butter. So either it wasn't pounded thin enough, it was pretty thin, or it was overcooked. You know, I was reading about, actually it was the cotoletta in Milan, that it's like almost raw, rare. I was a little bit hesitant to order that. Anyway, it was a really tough piece of fried meat. And the waitress was a little surly. She wasn't pleased with me. Anyway, a lot of tourists there. A lot of like Chinese, it seemed. So it's on the tourist map. All right, so that was first layer of Bolzano today. The Victory Monument was very interesting. So if you come to Bolzano, definitely go there, check it out, take some time in the museum. I think I might actually go back and really take my time reading through all of the exhibits. Of course, you know, I got the overview from Claude, so I already knew the history. Oh, that was another video. You have to watch my other video. I forgot. I'm doing two separate videos today. Anyway, Victory Monument this morning, that was good. The Bretzel on the street, that was good. Wiener Schnitzel at Batzenhausel. I don't know. Strudel at wherever I went for strudel this morning. That was kind of a disappointment too. Look at this place. Oh, it's a hotel. Look at this place. It's a hotel. Restaurant Luna. So the Wiener Schnitzel, and I don't know about the other stuff on the menu there, but interesting, the history of the place going back to the Crusades again, these Crusades. This is just so beautiful right here. You have these soaring mountains and this beautiful old street. It's a really gorgeous day. This tower. A lot of tourists. Spot them right away, like these outfits. Well, or with the maps. All right. It's so funny. It's Piazza del Municipio. Oh, that's good. Piazza del Municipio. This is, if I do the food tour tomorrow, this is where we're going to meet. So let me go back. That was a good reminder. Go back and look at the Airbnb experiences and see if it's too late to book that. Tomorrow, Monday, a lot of things are going to be closed. So it'll be a good day to do a little food tour. Meet a local. I'm assuming the person who's guiding the tour is a local. And I can ask her some questions if she speaks English. All right, so that's it. I'm going to end it here. That was a short video, just lunch. Wiener Schnitzel and Vienna Lager. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao for now. Auf Wiedersehen.